your service. Thank the police officers back there for your service. My name's Cindy. I've been a resident for 34 years here. I've seen the growth beyond what Boynton can handle. I agree with him. Oh, he went to his daughter's birthday. That's a beautiful project. It's gonna benefit everybody. He's willing to cover the underground stuff. He's not asking you for any more money. My concern is the town square project. The asking of the extra money. If you don't have the money, you don't build it. It's that simple. If I wanted to go build a house and I don't have the money, I don't build it. And 8-story just isn't in sync with Boynton Beach. This is more of a fishing, surfing type of atmosphere. We don't need to turn into a Fort Lauderdale. There's 3 or 4 other projects going on. They all seem fair. They all seem their height limits are reasonable. They're not gonna bring in outrageous amount of traffic and bring in road rage and crime, and insurance is gonna go through a roof. That's how an insurance company picks your insurance. How many people are in the area? Your insurance goes up and up and up. They don't need the 35 million. They need to either compromise, they either don't build, or maybe do 4 stories instead of 8. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next speaker.
I feel that we need to move forward, but I have a problem with the number. I think it's repugnant. You talked about $2 million a year. 10 years, that comes works out to 20 million, not 35 million. I have concerns that you need to have a community benefit agreement. So you guarantee local hires in writing, and you verify it with the payroll tax receipts. It's not difficult, it's been done before. I think that, you're obligated to pay the impact fees. That's a separate issue from TIFF. We need to move forward, but not at 35 million. That's ridiculous. And 20 million is livable, barely. But you have to have the community benefit agreement in there. You have to have the public art element in there. You have to do things the right way. And the only way you get that done is to have an agreement in writing tied in with the TIF. So you do both together. And you bind them to that. And there's penalties, not just a reverter, but there's other penalties if he doesn't meet those obligations. If you don't meet the goal on the local hires, a certain percentage has to be local hires. If you don't hit that percentage, then you're penalized monetarily. Those are the things you write into those community benefits agreements.
Flood of people living, coming over the bridges, which you can't get over even now to get home at rush hour traffic. Many of you don't live here. I do. I live right up the street. When you say downtown, I think of Ocean Avenue. We're talking about a side next to City Hall. How is that a courier to bring people? I love excitement. I love things to do, but we must do it responsibly. Because if we're just gonna throw stuff up, just to throw a whole bunch of people there, the traffic alone is insane. I can't even get out of my house sometimes because Boynton Beach Boulevard is just jam-packed with cars. That's the logistics. That's just the getting real about the real living right here. Many people that you might be talking to live out west. Sure, they don't care. It's not in their community. Their community is not this small. As I said, we only have Seacrest to Federal Highway. That's it for downtown. Now we're building something on the side and calling that downtown. People don't look at that as downtown. They look at the main street as downtown. This is behind a building that you don't know unless you're specifically going to a specific destination. This is the real deal. And we're having how many? 900 people times 3 or 4 people or 2 people. That's that many people running around this little city. We are not New York. We don't have the space. But I love having wonderful, beautiful things conducive, loving to come down and walk, spend the day doing all kinds of things. You can do 2, 3 stories, I don't care, that fits. But for what we want, they want to do right here, and blocking my ocean air, because I live like right up the street, and having all these people running around like this is like the city, like New York, is insane, or Miami. And I know that you've all seen it lately, and it's not about dollars. It's about living a quality life. We don't have the water source, we don't have the pipes, we don't have for the infrastructure. This is insane. And sir, you do have an option. You can sell that property.
Please direct
And
to
you
the,
can make lots
please
of
direct
money.
to the board. Cindy.
Okay, but
Sorry.
you can sell the property. It's not like it's a dead-end deal, and they can make probably even more profit off of it and be better. And then I'd rather see something done correctly and that's right and conducive than to do something just because it's not something that you want, because it's something you want there. We have to, you have to. It's time to put a stop and do. And I said we already have a shrek. They don't even have to redo the plan. But this is on the side. This is not downtown Boynton Beach. That's on the side street of Seacrest. Let's be honest. Let's be real for the people that live here.
Next, please.
My name is Barbara Reddy. I lived in District 3 for 50 years. I attended all the shreks, all of the downtown, town square ideas and everything. When Mr. Singer came to town with his conceptualization of the buildings, it was already drawn and on paper. The people were not given an opportunity to provide input. So it kind of felt like a like it or lump it kind of situation. Those of us that realize that the ship has sailed already as far as stopping this overdevelopment, we're never going to be able to stop it. Every square inch of property has already been approved. The developers have come to town like vultures and taken advantage of every square inch of our city. Right now tonight, the last lady probably said it most succinctly, that the 95% is the only thing that's negotiable at this point. You know, it's up to the five of you to decide whether you want to like it or lump it. Go for 75%. I mean, the excuse that's being thrown out that, oh, it's commensurate with what you've given other projects. No, I don't buy it. I don't buy it. If he needs 75%, that might be swallowable, but 95% for 18 years, that's a pretty big hit. Pretty big hit to the bottom line. So we are definitely in a like it or lump it situation.
Thank you. Next, please.
I live in this downtown area and I have a business here. And I would just like to say, one of the things that I was reading about the TIFF is that it's for distressed and underdeveloped properties where development would not occur. This property is going to be developed. If it's not this developer, somebody's going to snag this property very quickly without giving $35 million away. Thank you.
For 30 years. And the blighted area, it was not blighted until it was left empty and not taken care of. And the reality is, when he came in and proposed it, it was supposed to happen right away. It was told that they had all the money and everything was set. I know that the economy has gone bad, but to take taxes away for this project and give a little bit back, we need more. I feel like they're big boxes. I feel like the density of the residents that we're gonna have now, I know it's already been approved, but where are the animals going to go and walk? There's no park, there's no vegetation. This is right up to the edge. The commercial property on Boynton Beach Boulevard is right on the cement walkway. Are we going to have another thing like we do on Ocean, where it will take up what sidewalk there is with tables and stuff? We see there's a lot of empty commercial space here. And if the commercial space was facing the downtown Ocean area, it would be much more responsive to the community at large. Putting it on Boynton Beach Boulevard, you're gonna have to walk around to get to it. I think that those buildings, that space is going to be empty for a long period of time. I see that change can be made. I think $35 million over the course of time, the amount of years it's going to take to make the money back CRA is going to sunset before that happens. He's talking about the north side not being accomplished until 2036. So we're still gonna have blight. We're gonna have construction and blight and density. And the assessed would be the assessed whether he got the 35 million or not. And I feel like it's the same, it's not the same as JMK, but it's the all or nothing deal, which is what JMK did, and that's how we got into the problem that we had the first time. So if he's not able to build without that money, well then maybe he's not able to build.
I don't think
You know?
anyone thought this situation was perfect, but I think, the choices to make are not always perfect. Now, there are hard choices to make. With that said, I think the first phase is almost set in stone from how I look at it, and I think the approval is not done, but almost we're being walked that direction. So maybe that is the right thing to do. What I would say is we have to create leverage for ourselves as a CRA and a city. If we're going to approve something, we want to get something next time. And in my opinion, that would be a building more in character, at least in some ways, with the second phase of the project. So maybe we don't get exactly what we want the first time. It's a vote we can hold our nose and make. But the second time, we can get a chance to build something that maybe has more of the vision and impact we wanted to have on the city.